Hey there, thanks for tuning into DuckBricks. I'm Chris, and I just got the incredibly exciting opportunity from the Lego House, which is basically the biggest Lego hub, museum, mini factory, all in one over in Billund, Denmark, birthplace of the Lego brick, to build, review, and even interview the designer behind the latest Lego House exclusive set, which is so exciting. I think this is one of my favorites so far. It is a massive minifigure build, very similar in scale, actually the exact same scale as the Harry and Hermione minifigure builds right here, except this time it is depicting the classic Lego pirate captain. Of course, this is the original Lego pirate with the claw and the hook hand and the peg leg. That is a really cool build to do as a large scale figure, and I'm so excited to bring you this exclusive review. Along this review, I also will be able to showcase a little bit in terms of the prototypes and early designs of what went into making this model, what other figures did they consider, what other builds were there. We got to see a ton of images of prototypes and alt models and stuff like that, so hopefully you find this video useful. It's really cool being able to see the development process behind a Lego House exclusive, and this was built by a veteran Lego designer who probably designed some of your favorite sets growing up, so super cool to have the chance to kind of have him answer some questions, see the insights, and without further ado, let's get into the review. Okay, so this is a minifigure tribute. It released on March 1st, 2023, and can only be purchased if you physically visit the Lego House in Billund, Denmark. Although thankfully, the instructions will be available online, and pretty much all of the pieces to make this are publicly available, other than unfortunately the printed head, which is exclusive to the set, and of course the stickers as well and the prints here. Although, fingers crossed that Lego will maybe put them on Pick-a-Brick, because in the past, they have actually put them on bricks and pieces. This is a minifigure built in pretty much the same exact style as the large-scale Lego Harry Potter and Hermione minifigures, which released a couple of years ago, right down to the identical construction of the torso and legs for the most part. It's really interesting seeing how Lego basically took the template that they already created in a previous set and just transplanted it onto a completely different minifigure. For me personally, this is just a lot more fun and engaging for me because I like classic Lego. I'm a big fan of Lego's origins, Lego history, and Lego roots, and while I do like Lego Harry Potter, I think this is a wonderful set to actually have to celebrate the minifigure. Now, when I got a chance to interview the fan designer behind this set, they actually were able to talk a lot about how they chose which minifigure to make it on. And they figured that because the pirate was the first fully detailed minifigure with special molded pieces, like the hook hand and the prosthesis for the peg leg and everything, and he also has the fancy epaulets and a pirate's hat, this was definitely a lot more interesting than even just some prototypes which depicted some standard Lego minifigures. For instance, they were trying to do, maybe they could do a large-scale figure of just the original prototype for the figure before they even could articulate, but that ended up being kind of an uninteresting sculpture, and they also tried to do a Lego House employee but felt it didn't really represent the minifigure world enough. And I think this was a really good choice. Would I have picked Classic Space? I mean, probably, but I'm biased. This is a really good pick, and I really like how they're able to represent different limb pieces with this build itself. Now, the set retails for 599 DKK, which is about 85 US dollars or 70 euros. It is fairly expensive for what you get, although compared to the original Harry Potter set, the price is pretty fair. One of my favorite details on the torso itself is actually the fact that it is brick built. This may not seem that complicated, but it actually is one of the most technically complex and impressive engineering feats that I've seen from a Lego set. The way the scarf is done is using multiple different copies of the Erling or headlight brick, oriented in all sorts of different angles to allow you to build on two different sides. You have the bandolier or strap going across with hinge pieces, and of course the way the different buttons are aligned on the coat as well. But inside the figure, if you aren't aware of how these are put together, I would highly recommend checking out the instructions because the math in order to make the arms move and have friction is frankly just ingenious. I am absolutely blown away by how they were able to make this work as a large-scale figure, and yeah, literally nothing has changed from the original Harry Potter and Hermione figure version of this, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, am I right? So the way the figure works is that you can articulate the head back and forth. This is on a turntable ratchet joint, which is super simple. You can remove the hat, but then that leaves the head being kind of awkwardly chopped off. You thankfully do have the option to remove it if you want, unlike the previous Harry and Hermione minifigures, although it would have been nice to just get maybe, I don't know, an extra piece just to represent the rounded part of the minifigure up there. Now,
The only thing that is a little bit unfortunate with articulation is the epaulettes, much like the official minifigure, do kind of restrict articulation. You can't really move the arms too forwards, but not a huge deal. It definitely does work okay. The map itself is a sticker, not a print. It is a nice reference to the Black Seas Barracuda there, the first large-scale LEGO pirate ship, just kind of built like a box, but that just sits in the hand. It sits perfectly, but is not attached via bricks. And you can actually remove the minifigure from the stand, and all of the legs can articulate. This is really nice how you can fully articulate the legs themselves, because they're actually using bionicle joints, aka 2 different bionicle hand and ball joint pieces for like the voodoo ball type stuff, where you can really get a lot of articulation, but also make sure that it is fully stable. This is not falling over anytime soon. It is incredibly stable, and that's because each one of the legs has an actual bionicle socket and ball joint included in it. Now, moving onwards, one of my favorite building techniques has got to be the hook. Obviously, this doesn't introduce any new molds. It's just using a superhero's jumper piece that introduced in the DC superhero minifigure series, and a bunch of macaroni tube pieces from LEGO Technic to form the hook. And that's pretty perfect. It really could not be better. Even the hat was such a joy to put together. I was really impressed by the amount of crazy building techniques they were able to incorporate by mounting things on angles and arranging hinges in particular orders. It's just so well done. Overall, I do want to keep this brief because I definitely have gotten requests to keep reviews shorter and quicker and to the point. So, in essence, I think that this is pretty good value for the money. I'm very happy with the build itself. Nice to get exclusive printed pieces in the form of 2 different pieces there for the beard, the one large print for the face, and of course prints for the minifigure tribute and Lego house, although I do hope that those do eventually appear on Pick-a-Brick like some of the other exclusive parts from the other sets, because I think that most people who want to build this should have the option to do it, because it is such a good model. Stickers for these are a little bit disappointing given that pretty much every other LEGO house exclusive set has had prints and not stickers, although I kind of understand it because I believe that it requires new technology for LEGO to print on a piece for the first time. I don't remember, I'm pretty sure they haven't printed on this large kind of 6x6 plate before. They may have, I may just be forgetting, but not in recent history. I also don't remember them recently printing the piece that this goes on, so maybe it was just impossible to do on an easy basis. Then again, it's not that big of a deal. I love the way this is built, and it is just so accurate to the original model. So, if you want to hear a little bit more about the insights from when I interviewed the designers behind the set, do let me know in the comments. I may actually put out a separate video for it. I was kind of debating it because I probably could cover a few of the main points in this review, but if you are interested in hearing the full interview and all of the points made in that, please do let me know and I will see what I can do. Again, massive thank you to the LEGO house for sending this to me for review. It really means a lot because I was fully prepared to buy this on Bricklink the moment it appeared. I was ready to pay whatever exorbitant secondhand market costs there were and pay the shipping from Denmark to here because I love this so much. Second to the wooden duck, I'm biased, Duck Bricks duck, this may be my favorite LEGO house exclusive yet. It is just so good, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope that other folks have a chance to build it as well.
Alright, and with that we have summed up our review of the latest LEGO House exclusive. This was the massive, large-scale Pirate Captain. Now, the thing about this is I believe it launches March 1st. Unfortunately, the only way to get it, unless they send it to you via LAN, is that you have to go to the LEGO house in Billund, Denmark to receive the set. So again, I do want to give a big thank you to the LEGO house for sending me this. It's pretty rare that I get to visit Denmark. I just went last year, so probably the next time I go will be in several years from now. So I was kind of actually getting worried about how I was going to get this when images first surfaced. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to get this off of Bricklink or try to figure out how to ship it internationally. I didn't have to do any of that, so that was really fantastic. So thank you so much, LEGO, for doing that. Just one heads up though, I don't know if this will be the case for this particular set, but for some of the other models they have done, like you can see the brick molding machine right here, you've got the wooden duck right here. For some of these other models, they made all of the exclusive pieces, like some of the recolored lime frames and all the special printed tiles. So the LEGO house tile, the brick molding machine tile, you've got some of these specialized printed like LEGO brick tiles, and of course the duck eye. Previously, they made those available for purchase worldwide on Bricks and Pieces. I do not know if they will do the same for this and make the pieces available on Pick-a-Brick, but they did do it in the past, so maybe there is a chance that if you want to try to piece together the pieces for this yourself, they might be available. Now, the thing is, Pick-a-Brick does have a pretty big window of exclusivity now. They've implemented like a 6 to 7 plus month window where if a new set appears or a new set releases with a specialized new element, that will not appear on Pick-a-Brick for like half a year. So you do have to wait for a while, but I guess we'll see in a few months whether or not these pieces will appear on Pick-a-Brick. Otherwise, do check out Bricklink if you aren't able to go to the LEGO house in Billund yourself. I think this is one of my favorite LEGO house exclusive sets in a while, and again, big thank you for the LEGO house for giving me the opportunity to build, review this, and even interview the designer. That was really cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. And be sure to check out Twitch down in the description below if you want to see us do some LEGO live streams, building, setting up cities, playing LEGO games. Come hang out with us there, and thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye for now.